There we go. We here. We're on time. We here. We're on time. Let me let everybody know on the gram that I'm doing this thing live while everybody's coming on in the room. What's up, guys? This is Nasheed. Welcome to Tariq Radio Live. Y'all know how we do it. Everybody come on in the room. Let me get all this together on my end over here. Let me let everybody know that I'm live. How y'all doing, man? I hope you guys had a great week. Hold on one second. Let me throw some on the gram real quick. Y'all bear with me while everybody's coming in the room. And when you're coming in the room, guys, why don't y'all hit that thumbs up button? Why don't you hit that like button? Come on, man. Hit that thumbs up button. Hit that like button, ladies and gentlemen, to let people know that this thing is real. This goddamn thing act right. Here we go. All right, bear with me 1 second. Hey, what's up, guys? I'm live right now on YouTube. I need you to swipe up and tune in live right now. Swipe up. All right. Man, I hope you guys had a great week. Buck Breaking is back at #1. It's back on sale on Amazon because Amazon is sold out. They're stocked up now. It says that it'll be restocked next week, but they're stocking up now and they're moving the date closer because they're counting their inventory. Y'all bear with me for a second. Let me get all this together. Once I do this, we're good to go. All right. But Amazon is definitely stocked up. Amazon has a lot of the DVDs, so they put them back on sale. All right. Let me let everybody know on Twitter that I'm live right now. But y'all hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button when you come on in. Hold on one second. Okay. If you're not following me on Instagram, my Instagram is Tariq Elite. And if you're not following me on Twitter, my Twitter is Tariq Nasheed. I'm just putting everything on my social media while I'm talking to you guys. I hope you guys had a great week. Shout out to everybody who purchased their Buck Breaking DVD, either on Amazon or at buckbreakingmovie.com. Ladies and gentlemen, the Buck Breaking Movie is still killing the game right now. Hit that subscribe button, guys. Hit that like button, guys. Shout out to Florida checking in. I'm here. Let's get this thing popping. All my people in Atlanta, there's going to be a screening of Buck Breaking in Atlanta next Saturday. That's the 22nd. Okay? All my Atlanta people, there's going to be a screening at the Legacy Center. That's our brother Jay Morrison. There's going to be a screening at his facility. You need to go to buckbreakingmovie.com. Our brother Reza is going to be there doing a Q&A. Now, I may be there because I have to actually go to Atlanta this week. I got some business down there, so I might be there at the screening too. But our brother Reza is definitely going to be there. All right. This is right here. This is the flyer. You guys can go to buckbreakingmovie.com. All right. That's the flyer right there. There's going to be a Q&A, a networking event, man.
Thing decided to work.
So, screening is next week. It would behoove you to go there if you're already in Atlanta. It's good to see this thing in a group setting so that you can discuss it with people. But our good brother Reza is going to be there. And, our brother Reza is putting in good work. They've taken our brother off a lot of the social media platforms. They took our brother off Instagram. They took our brother off Twitter. I think they took him off Facebook. Our brother was spitting so much truth to power. You understand? So, our brother does good work. So y'all need to definitely go to that screening, man. It's going to be a great thing. Again, go to buckbreakingmovie.com. Everybody come on in the room. Everybody come on in the room. See, this is why we got to start, we got to start hitting them bricks, got to hit that pavement. And this is why I like people to have hard copies of the film, because you never know when they start taking away the social media, when they start dinging the streaming sites. So that's why it's important to have hard copies of this joint and the other joints. That's why it's important to have hard copies of these things. Yeah? It's very important to have hard copies of them. But yeah, definitely if you're in Atlanta or in the Atlanta area or around Atlanta or Georgia, come on out next week to the screening of Buck Breaking. My brother Reza is going to be chopping it up. I may be there. Again, I'm going to be in Atlanta this week for something else. And I'm running around the country doing a lot of stuff, but I might be at the screening next week. But I will be in Atlanta in a couple of days. All right. A lot of stuff we're going to get into, just waiting on everybody to pile on in the room. When you get in the room, ladies and gentlemen, I need you to hit that thumbs up button. You said Amazon just notified you today that your copy is shipping. Yeah, Amazon is finally getting everybody's stuff out. All right, shout out to Pensacola, Florida. We're going to put something together for New York as well. We're going to put something together for New York as well. We'll keep you posted on that. So today's broadcast, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about the return of scientific racism. As you know, back in the day, they used to be very open about scientific racism, and that's what the eugenics movement was really about. But even before the eugenics movement, they were getting into scientific racism, trying to justify degrading and subjugating Black people. And they tried to use this faulty science to justify it. They reached the pinnacle of that during the eugenics movement, where they would openly talk about how inferior Black people were, according to them, which is not true at all, but they would come up with all of these crazy, asinine, scientific justifications. And with the eugenics movement, that kind of spiraled out of control. Those same ideologies were used on people in Nazi Germany. So eugenics became a very dirty word, talking about the scientific inferiority of groups of people. All that became a no-no. So the white supremacists had to lay low. They had to get more codified with their words, come out and use those type of eugenics terms. They just couldn't be as open with the scientific racism as they had been before. It was a bunch of pseudoscience. So they kind of codified their language. They spoke in code for a long time, for many decades. Now, the white supremacists, because their numbers are dwindling, they're getting desperate. So the white supremacists, they always want to get to a point where they're not talking in codes no more. They get tired of talking in codes. They get tired of talking in all these codes. They want to get down to the nitty-gritty and say what they really, really feel. Okay? Yes, Medical Apartheid, very good book. But the white supremacists want to get down to the nitty-gritty and say what they really feel and how they really feel about Black people, so that they can use these scientific justifications to subjugate and also deprive. Okay? Yeah? What's up, Carfer? You said only complain about buck breaking. We didn't mention Tyrone Hayes. I think we mentioned Tyrone Hayes in Hidden Colors 5, though. But back to the subject I'm talking about. So now the white supremacist guys, they're going back to that old school return of open scientific racism. They're being open about it in order to deprive and in order to subjugate. Case in point, have you guys heard the story about the NFL and what they're pulling right now? The NFL, and we know how they get down, the NFL concussion settlement program uses racist guidelines. Okay, so this is some scientific racism being used by the NFL in order to not give black players, former black players, the same type of concussion settlements that they give white players. You know, right now a lot of players get concussions and all this stuff. So what they're doing, they're using scientific racism to not pay the black players the same money they're paying the white players. Now, as we know, there's always a racial double standard. They just signed. Did they sign Tim Tebow yet? I heard they were trying to sign him. Did they sign Tim Tebow? And people were looking at that like, okay, damn, how come you're not signing Kaepernick? And your excuse was Kaepernick has been out the game too long. Tim Tebow's been out the game for a long time. Now they're going to re-sign him. So there's always that racial double standard. It's all based on race. Black people, stop being afraid to call something racist. Okay? But the NFL, again, the NFL runs itself like a big-ass plantation. Always has been. Yeah, yes, he has a one-year contract. So he is signed. Okay, so he is signed. So people were pointing out, okay, you signed this guy, but you won't sign Kaepernick. This is a white supremacist organization. Tim Tebow signed to the Jaguars. Okay. So what they're saying now, the black players can't get the same payout as the white players because of race norming. These are little, again, wannabe codified terms they're throwing out. So race norming means that black people shouldn't get the same payouts as white males because black men naturally go in with lower cognitive skills than white men. This is the excuse the NFL is using to not give these brothers the same type of payout. So they have to show more of a severe level of injury than the white males in order to get an equal payout. This is some scientific racist shit. This is major racist bullshit. That's why I really don't watch the NFL either, man. The stuff that these owners doing, they run that shit like a damn plantation. And they openly degrade and dehumanize and play these little racist games with the players. Yes, indeed, I'm telling you guys, this is the little con game they have. White supremacy is all about systematic deprivation. They always have to deprive black people of equal resources than they give white people. Yeah? So that's the little con game that they're playing now. Let's go back to the story here. Let me go down to the bottom here. The concussion settlement uses racial guidelines in the medical evaluations. Some of the neurologists are blowing the whistle on this thing. Henry suffered memory loss. If they want to figure out to pay as little as possible, it's a great way of doing that. It's not a normal standard. Okay, so basically, again, the name of the game is to say that black people naturally have lower cognitive skills, and that's something that they've been always saying about black players and black quarterbacks. You got to have a white quarterback because they got more cognitive skills. That's been something said about the NFL has been playing that game, or they played that type of racist game for decades. Okay, so now they're being open with this stuff. So this is not just with the NFL. They're doing this in the court system too now, because now what they're trying to do, in all of these cases where you see black people getting killed by race soldiers, where you see black people getting killed while they're handcuffed, where you see black people getting killed in custody, you see a lot of that stuff going on. What they're doing now is trying to say, well, the reason why black people are dying is because black people have sickle cell, and their sickle cell is kicking in. Okay? So this is the new con game that they're going to start running again. This is in the New York Times, how a genetic trait in black people can give the police cover. Sickle cell trait has been cited in dozens of police custody deaths, ruled accidental or natural, even though the condition is benign on its own. A Times investigation found out. So they got a bunch of brothers here Dean Smith was in custody, handcuffed, gasping for air. They said he died because it was sickle cell. Jason Pierce died in a Louisiana jail. They said he had drugs in his system. They said it was a natural death caused by sickle cell. This is the con gang, guys. Lamont Perry had sickle cell, and he died fleeing the authorities. So they're saying this is the I'm white not say so garbage, where they're going to kill us. And their excuse now is going to be like, okay, we didn't really kill him. He died of sickle cell. I want y'all to remember in the Derek Chauvin case with George Floyd, do y'all know they tried to invoke the sickle cell bullshit con gang? They tried to do the same thing in the Derek Chauvin case. It got tossed because they already used the drug excuse. You understand? So they're doing all of this on white not say so. This is on white not say so times 10. This is on white not say so times 10. So now if a cop chokes you, they're going to say it wasn't the cop choking you. This nigga has sickle cell because he's black. Family, listen to me. We got to get off this thing where we want equality. Hit the thumbs up button while I'm talking, guys. Let's get off this thing where we want equality. Guys, we have to be a dominating factor. We have to be in a position where we dominate our protection levels because we got to protect ourselves. Family, listen to me. These white supremacists, they got think tanks, they got prosecutors, they got money where they come up with all of these I'm white not say so lies against us 24 hours a day. Family, black people, I want you to understand, these people are desperate. You're not going to live an equal, peaceful existence with white supremacists. You're not going to live a kumbaya existence with them. That's never going to happen. It's just not going to happen. I want black folks to understand that. The white supremacists have made sure that they do too much to go out of their way to undermine you. Their lies have become so fickle and thin, they'll just say anything. But the thing is, they have the power to enforce their I'm white not say so bullshit. We have to be in positions where we protect ourselves from these race soldiers. Out there in, I want to say North Carolina, South Carolina. I want to say South Carolina. His brother got killed in jail. They killed his brother. They tased him to death. And
it's connecting now.
There's a bunch of brothers, I think some of his family members outside the prosecutor's office in a prayer circle. We better get off that prayer circle stuff, guys. Family, we better get off that prayer circle stuff. We better get off that. That ain't it.
May have been entered incorrectly.
We better get off that. Family, these folks are in a constant state of warfare with us. They're in a constant state of warfare. We have to understand that there's not going to be a big colorblind melting pot. It's just not going to be. Praying and begging for these people to see some type of moral strength that you have so that they can have a come to Jesus, that's never going to happen, family. We got to be in positions where we protect ourselves by all means from these white supremacist guys. It's just that simple. Family, the warfare is in full effect against us. And I want you to understand, they don't do all this stuff to white people. You know why? Not just because they're on code with white people. They don't do that just because they're on code with white people. White people don't fuck around like that. White people are not going to be subjugated by the authorities like that. It's liberty or death with them. White people, and I will give them this, they don't have that moral bullshit that's going to allow them to be abused for too long. They got that out of their system in Spain. But here's a perfect example. A white man, angered by the police in his yard, killed him. This happened a few days ago in Texas. Some white cops were out here chasing a dog. They ran to this white man's yard. He said, hell no. How dare you get in my yard? They weren't even after him. They were chasing a random dog. He didn't want them in there. You don't come in my yard. He bodied both the cops. This is how serious they are about you infringing on them. You better not even step in their yard. You understand? This is how they operate. This is why they stormed that Capitol building. See, we can talk about that from different angles, but one thing for sure, they said, fuck that. You infringe on us. You do something that we don't like. We're coming at you. We're coming at the authorities. We'll put it all on the line. That's why they don't get touched like that. Because it's liberty or death with them. See, we got this thing where we're going to sit around and take abuse and act like that's some type of moral thing, because the white supremacists told us that it was a moral thing to be abused, like Jesus. See, this is why black people are afraid of power. Black people get scared of power. You're scared of power because there's a responsibility with power. You're scared of power because you see how the white supremacists abuse power. You think if you have power, you got to be abusive. No, you don't. You got to be just. But black people got this thing, well, I don't want no power now. I was going to fight the right fight. I was going to get out here and sing some Negro spirituals. I's got the moral higher ground. This is the lie that they like to promote to us, that John Lewis thing. This is why they give fake props and fake praise to John Lewis all the time.
Your ring device is
when John Lewis sat up and allowed his ass to get hooked in Selma, and they prop him up as some type of martyr Jesus figure. See, that's the message they want to send to us. You understand? That is the message that they try to send to us. That's a bullshit message. You understand? But family, these folks
did not complete. Your
are waging war against us. And we have to understand that. And this is why we talked about all this stuff in buck breaking, because see, they have to get rid of the warrior class. One part of warfare is to get rid of the warrior class, and they did that, and they're doing that with the prison systems, getting us in prisons. And again, the prisons are run like plantations, because when you get in these prisons, that's where a lot of the buck breaking starts. A lot of the buck breaking happens in prisons. And this has been going on starting in the 1960s. The buck breaking that we see in prisons really started to get its stronghold in the 1960s. And let me tell you something. In these prisons, starting in the 60s, especially in Philadelphia, they were paying Black people in prison. They were paying them to gang rape new prisoners, new inmates. See, initially what they would do, they would get the Black prisoners before the 1960s to beat up a new inmate. And in the 60s, they would get Black prisoners and incentivize them, throw them a couple of peanuts to gang rape new inmates. This started in the 1960s, especially in Philadelphia and Holmesburg prison,
this might take
out there in Philly.
Rome wasn't built in a day.
Also, what they were doing starting in the 60s, even before that, I think before the 60s, they would do these experiments on Black people in prisons. A lot of these chemical corporations and pharmaceutical corporations, they do experiments and still do
This can take a while.
on Black people in prison. They would do these experiments where they would give feminizing drugs to Black people in prison, inject estrogen and all of these things. This stuff is very well documented. This is very well documented. Family, get a book. First of all, get our book by Brother Wesley Muhammad, The Pot Plot. This is a great book by our brother Wesley Muhammad, who was in the Buck Breaking movie. Get a book called Acres of Skin. There's a great book called Acres of Skin you guys need to get. Um, hold on, this book right here. Let me show y'all some links here. Acres of Skin, Human Experiments at the Holmesburg Prison. Okay, this is real stuff. And we touch on some of this stuff in the Buck Breaking movie. See, we go deep. If you have not seen Buck Breaking, we go very deep with it. But this is one brother. This is an article that came out some years ago. Leotis Jones bore witness to Philly's grisly Holmesburg prison experiments. This brother talked about how they experimented on inmates using dioxin and LSD and all this stuff. So, family, not only did they do all of these chemical experiments on brothers in prison, they would also create a gang rape culture in prison. That was created in the prison system by the white supremacists. I want y'all to understand that. This is something that was created. And they understood that creating this in the prison system will eventually spill out into Black society, because a lot of what goes on in prison, a lot of it spills out into Black society. So they understood that. They understood getting these brothers in prison and doing all these things to them and then releasing them back onto the Black public. They understood what the results were going to be. Check out the book Medical Apartheid. This is real stuff. I mean, this is very well documented. This is not conjecture. They've done all types of studies on this stuff. Here, this is a study from 1977 that talks about sexual assaults in the Philly prison system. It talks about how, hold on, let me see. Hold on. Assaults that took place in sheriff's vans, right there. So they were allowing prison rapes to be taking place in the sheriff's vans. That means that the sheriff's department and all these people were in on it. They were in on this stuff. So there's all types of studies in the 70s that talked about this culture being cultivated in prison. This gang rape culture, homosexuality was being cultivated in prison, and they knew that they would be released on Black society. This was done very meticulously. Again, the prisons are they're the same thing as plantations. The prisons are plantations, guys. Straight up and down. In prison, you don't have any rights. You are under greater confinement. You have to work against your will. You get abused without any type of sanctuary. It's the same thing as plantations. It's the new plantations. You understand? This is why you guys need to get the Buck Breaking movie. We break a lot of this stuff down in the Buck Breaking movie. Yeah. And now they understand how the prison culture and a lot of stuff from the prison culture seeps into Black hood culture. So the Black community is being treated like a prison now, okay? They treat the entire Black community as if it's prison. So this is why we keep seeing stories like this being promoted to Black society. You dig? Every image in the media of Black people, every Black person now that you see in the media, you can't get on television. I don't even think you can get a movie right now if there's not an LGBT agenda in it at this point. They done got Billy Porter. They already got him in the Proud Family. He's going to play a gay dad in an interracial relationship with a dominant white man. They're also going to have him playing the fairy godmother in Cinderella. Family, this is warfare. Straight up and down warfare. Straight up and down warfare. That's all it is. And y'all know we talked about in the Buck Breaking movie, this drag queen story time hour where they get these drag queens to read to children, how they putting this stuff in schools now. And we done told you guys about how so many of these drag queens who are associated with this stuff, every other week we keep seeing that these guys are pedophiles. We see that they're busted for pedophilia, several of them. Now this week, There's a judge in Milwaukee, and we know about Milwaukee and all the pedophilia that happens in Milwaukee. Milwaukee, I've talked about this before. Milwaukee is a hotbed for pedophilia, molestation, gang rape, all types of stuff. That's where Jeffrey Dahmer, all that stuff went down. Our brothers out there had to go. Remember, about a year or so ago, some black girls were missing and some pedophiles had them and the police wouldn't do nothing. So the black folks and the brothers in the community got out there in the streets and got these girls up out of a house and burned down a pedophile's house out there in Milwaukee. Shout out to them brothers. Oh yeah, y'all like my shirt, FBA family. FBA family, that's all it's about, FBA family. But again, going back to Milwaukee, there's a judge who funded an organization that ran that drag queen story hour stuff. His ass just got busted for pedophilia. This was a judge who was connected to that drag queen story hour. This just happened this week. Family, this is not random. Family, this is warfare. This is warfare, guys. Please, y'all need to watch Buck Breaking with your family. This is the family. There's a reason why Buck Breaking is the #1 film. Because people understand that something is going on and something is wrong. People understand it. And hold on. People instinctively understand something is going on and something is wrong. There's a reason why Buck Breaking is killing the game right now. Why it is a bestseller all over the world. Yeah. I remember a few days ago, I played a clip of this woman, this teacher, who they didn't let teach in a school. This teacher was teaching her students that she was non-binary, okay? She was a non-binary teacher, and she was telling them to call her Teacher Roby. Let me play this clip again. Let me play this. And there's another thing I want to play. There's two parts to this. Now let me play the first one for those who forgot. Hold on.
All right, let's try this. 1, 2, 3, all eyes on me. 1, 2, eyes on you. Good. So, like I said, a lot of people have a question because I'm a non-binary teacher. So, to my 4th grade class, what do you guys call me? Teacher Roby. And y'all are cool with that? Yes. Exactly. It's that simple.
Okay, so they try to see, this is the con game. It ain't that simple. I told y'all the other day. Bringing all of that to some 4th graders, no. And I told people the other day, I said, listen, it ain't that simple. They try to make this stuff seem innocent. Yes, she called them guys. Oh, yeah, it's that simple. It's not that simple because it is natural for these children to refer to a man or a woman as her, him, sir, ma'am. And I said, what if one of these children make a mistake and call one of these non-binary teachers sir or ma'am or him or her? They're going to start getting a little hostile towards them, or they're going to try to correct them. So she put up another video and she corrected this little boy who referred to her as her. Now listen to this, because she's out here trying to clout chase with this stuff. She's out here trying to clout chase. Now listen to this. Hold on. Wait. Okay, hold on. Listen to this. Listen to this. Now she tried to correct this little kid. Hold on. Listen.
Good. I love how I have all eyes tracking me. Glad that pick it up. Okay. Did you all have fun doing your art project today? Yes. Good. Now, people saw our video and it kind of went viral. Can you believe that? Yeah. It went viral. So, some people have comments saying that they wanted to homeschool their kids. Would you all want to be homeschooled? No. So you all like having me as your art teacher? Yes. And am I confusing you in any way? No. Are you all confused by calling me Teacher Roby? No. Preston, how do you feel about calling me Teacher Roby? I don't really care. I didn't have no problem with it. No issues. If you have a problem, you can get off your face. Does anybody else have issues? And remember, Bryson, remember, get off their page, right?
Man, please. Man, please.
And remember, Bryson, remember, get off their page, right? Yes, because those are pronouns. Good job. I love all you guys.
Oh, see, no. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is the bullshit I'm talking about right here. That's bullshit. No. Oh, no, Bryson. It's not her. It's get off their page. See, this is the problem. Because if these kids say her or him, I don't want these black kids to get in trouble. That's just going to be another reason to reprimand black children. That's the problem I have. This is just another reason to punish or reprimand black kids. So now this kid, he said something very innocent and he got reprimanded in class. She tried to make it seem all cool and no, this kid, okay, I just said her. Now I got to watch what I say. If I slip up and say her or him, I might get sent to the office because now that's where it's going. That's where it's going, guys. If one of these kids misgenders one of these non-binary teachers, that kid is going to get in trouble. This is confusion, man. Our children don't need that. These are more reasons to punish our damn babies. Not cool, man. That ain't cool. Not cool at all. You understand? This is warfare. So we have to understand how warfare works here. By the way, for those who are just coming in, we're having a screening. There's going to be a screening of Buck Breaking in Atlanta next Saturday, May 22nd. Our brother Reza Islam is going to be there. Let me show y'all the flyer. You go to the Buck Breaking website, buckbreakingmovie.com. There's going to be a screening and a Q&A at the Legacy Center, our good brother Jay Morrison's facility. Buckbreakingmovie.com. Get your tickets. I may be there, but I know my brother Reza is definitely going to be there. Reza came by the house today, by the way. Shout out to our brother Reza. He's going to have a Q&A. It's going to be a great networking event. All my people in Atlanta, you need to be there. You need to be around like-minded people so that you could network. It's very important for us to get around like-minded people so that we can network and connect with each other and look out for each other about what we need to do to teach our children. You guys go to buckbreakingmovie.com. The link is right below. If you want to get Buck Breaking, the link is right there below. Buckbreakingmovie.com, ladies and gentlemen. Buckbreakingmovie.com. That is the link right there. Also, I want to show y'all a clip. There was a clip of a sister getting into it with a Karen. A sister got into it with a Karen. And I want to study this video. There's some good things about it, and there's some bad things about it. There's some great things about this clip that I'm going to show you, but there's some things I take issue with about the clip. So a white supremacist Karen had called this sister a nigger bitch or something like that. So the sister was snapping on her, and the Karen was all up on her, all in her space. So the sister hit her with some old goon juice. The sister had a little bit of that old goon juice with her, and the sister sprayed her. So look at this. I want y'all to check this out. All right, let me expand it. Now, I like the fact that the sister defended herself, which was a great thing. But look at this. Look at this. Get the fuck on! I'm going to jail. Okay. Okay, now this is the issue I have. Now a big white man comes chasing the sister. Now there's a brother. The person filming is a brother. I heard the whole shit. Man, okay. I got a problem with this. Now, I like the fact that the sister defended herself, but this was a Negro, a black man filming. Okay? I got a problem with this. This was a black man filming. Nigga, don't sit up here talking about, I got the whole thing. Man, let me play that again. I really got a problem with that. Hold on. I heard the whole shit. Man, nigga, look, nigga. I better not catch y'all niggas out here where sisters are fighting white men and your bitch ass is up here. I got the whole thing. Mm-hmm. I got the whole thing. Man, please. Nigga, whoever you are, you ain't shit. Man, you look, black men. And I've seen there's another video. I cannot find this video where it was a sister who was getting jumped on by some white people who worked at some kind of Best Buy store. I don't know, it was some kind of store where the sister was getting beat up. It was some brothers standing around filming. I'm like, what the hell are you niggas doing? And one brother came along. It was a young brother who came and pushed the Best Buy or the whoever worker off the sister. One brother. But black men, and look, I don't know where y'all niggas are from. Out here, we don't play that bullshit. I don't want to see no black man when a sister is getting ran up on. Now, if there's two women doing what they got to do, yeah. But if a white man comes out and tries to push up on a sister, he ain't even no cop. And you sitting your bitch ass up here filming, talking about, I got the whole thing. Nigga, you need your ass whooped. You don't ever let that happen. They don't want the jail trip. Nigga, please. Don't be a punk bitch ass dude, man. You know how fuck nigga-ish that is, sitting up here filming a white dude running up on a sister talking about, I got the whole thing. I filmed it. See, that's why I say they've taken a lot of the warrior class out of here. They got a bunch of bussified fuck niggas out here now. Boy, you's a sucker ass dude, man. You don't ever let that happen. You don't ever sit up here while white dudes running up on a sister who ain't even a cop, dude. And you sitting up here filming. That's weak, dude. Nigga, you worry about the consequences later, dude. You make sure that don't happen, nigga, just as a man. Because let me say this. These niggas will sit up here and let a sister get, and not LA niggas. One thing I give LA niggas don't be filming shit. This is one thing I give LA niggas. You don't see a lot of filming out here. That shit would have been handled off camera. Wouldn't be no filming. That shit would have been handled real quick. Niggas ain't filming nothing. But these Negroes who sit up here and let these sisters get ran up on by these white supremacists, they'll sit up and let a sister get jumped. Let it be a white woman. getting jumped by somebody. Boy, the coon cape will pop out of nowhere. These niggas will run to a phone booth and turn into super coon and fly to the rescue. They'll break somebody's neck if they were harming a white woman. That's one thing. I see these same niggas who sit up and let the sister get ran up on. Boy, you better not do nothing to a white woman. These niggas will whoop your ass. If they see a white woman in distress, boy, these niggas will come out swinging. Hell, these niggas will beat up a police. If a cop was beating up a white woman, these niggas will go beat the cop up. You better get off Becky. Come on, officer. You gonna get off Becky now. All you niggas will put it all on the line for a white woman. Oh, man. That was shameful. That was very shameful. For whoever that nigga was, don't ever be that dude. Don't you ever be that damn dude. Oh, yeah, these niggas, it's the King Kong syndrome. Oh, yeah. Don't ever be that dude. Oh, yeah, these niggas have beat up a cop and then carry the white woman home in their arms. Good hands now, Becky. I was going to let nothing happen to you. I was going to get you home good and safe. I done got you out of good trouble. Oh, y'all niggas are the worst. Niggas like that are the worst. And hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button. Hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, ladies and gentlemen. And by the way, go get your Ogoon juice, by the way. I told y'all got, that's why you better have that. You need some Ogoon juice in your pocket just in case some bullshit pop off. But listen, on my Twitter, on my Instagram, I put up a clip of Tamika Mallory. And look, I'm not beating up on Tamika Mallory. I'm not trying to beat up on Tamika Mallory. You know what? Let her get it how she lives. But this sister, boy, you know, a lot of, you know, the Tamir Rice's mom spoken out against her. You know, when the families of some of these victims start speaking out against folks, it looks funny style. And my thing is, people talked about her doing the Cadillac commercial. You know, they're commercializing a lot of stuff that's happening on the streets and with the deaths of people. And they got a commercial and they had talking about black women are going to be running this and with that gender divide. There's a whole bunch of Democratic bullshit. And they had trans people in there. My thing is, a lot of people are critical of Tamika Mallory. My thing is, get it how you live, but get it how you live. But when you become a shill for the Democrats, this is the problem. If you're pushing the line for the Democrats, and then you get into a bunch of bad faith conversations, that chips away at your credibility. It really does. It chips away at it. So I'm going to play this clip of her. She was on the Drink Champs. So she was caping for Biden, trying to talk about the things that Biden has done. Okay. This is her in her own words. Let me play this. And again, I'm not trying to beat up on the system and let her, she get it how she live, get it how she live. But this is problematic right here. Hold on.
So obviously stopping this stupid wall that they're building. He dealt with the Muslim ban, getting rid of the Muslim ban. He dealt with making sure that I think 11 million people will become citizens. So he's doing things, right? But with black folks, you can't just sign something to say stop killing black people. It's not that simple. So he did immigration, obviously stopping this stupid wall that.
Okay. Dude, and I saw something where she was today, because this clip is circulating around, and I think she tried to make it seem like it was taken out of context. It's not taken out of context. I mean, these are your words. This is just a script from the Democrats To sit here and cape for Joe Biden is not it. I'm sorry. That's treasonous to black society. Sitting here talking about immigration, that doesn't help us. That doesn't help black folks. Talking about not building the wall, that don't help us. Well, that harms us because shit, that's letting more immigrants in. That's harming us. Talking about he did all this for all these other people, but when it comes to black people, it ain't that simple. You just can't sign nothing. What? They just signed a damn hate crime bill for Asians. What do you mean it's not that simple? It was that simple for Asians. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? It ain't that simple. They made it very simple for Asians. If you harm Asians, that's going to be a federal charge. You cannot harm Asians. That's going to be incentivized. That's going to incentivize people to not harm Asians when you put a federal hate crime bill out there. That's doing something. That ain't just signing a piece of paper. You sign a piece of paper as a symbol to enforce something. Let's stop playing this game where they just can't do nothing for us. Bullshit. We got to get off this thing where we got to accept a powerless lot in life. If we're not going to get nothing done, what the fuck we voting for? If we cannot get anything done for us, what are we voting for? What in the hell are we voting for? And even on the Drink Champs interview, I mean, she kind of doubled down on some stuff. I got to see if I can find that, where she was talking about LGBT stuff and how LGBT issues, because they push that stuff too. A lot of these people working for the Democrats and stumping for the Democrats. And again, Tamika Mallory, she was down with that whole Sharpton thing. She worked for Sharpton for years. So she's from that Sharpton school of really towing the line and making excuses for the goddamn Democrats. That ain't it, man. That's just not it. Biden is doing horrible things for black people. He's not only is he not doing a goddamn thing, he's harming us. They're using propaganda to make it seem like black people are harming Asian folks. And Biden is behind all that stuff. They're using anti-black propaganda to say that we're harming LGBT people. When the Mark Lamoist Hills and all of these people go around talking about how black people are not allowing black LGBT people to do what they do, that's a lie. That's a lie. And Tamika said that stuff too about what the black community is doing and not allowing the gay community to do and the trans community and all this transphobia bullshit. Look, because remember, Mark Lamoist Hill was running that same game, all of these Democratic ass kisses. Listen to me. Them running around talking about black people, basically the narrative is that black people are just as oppressive to black LGBT people as the white supremacists are to black folks. That's that shit from the root, that black people are black men are the white people of black society. These are white people in the Democratic Party giving these dirty little Negro minions a script to put a target on our backs, to try to make it seem like black society has comparative bigotry. Let's be very clear. This lie that black people are harming the black LGBT community is bullshit. That is a damn lie. Then they start talking about all the trans people who are harmed. That ain't black straight people harming LGBT people. LGBT people are harmed by their white tricks, because many of them, especially the trans folks, they're in the sex industry and they catch white tricks. They catch these Jeffrey Dahmers and these Ed Buck types. Those are the ones who's killing them, and those white Hispanic LGBT people, those are the ones killing the black trans folks and other black LGBT people. Let's be clear. Straight black society is not harming the black LGBT community. Number one, we don't have any power to do it if we wanted to. We don't have the power to systematically harm black LGBT people. We don't. What are we shutting you out of? What are we systematically harming you with? We don't have a system to harm you with. That's a lie that's promoted by the white people, and they get their Negro minions to promote that lie. The black community has always accepted the black LGBT community. Man, the Harlem Renaissance, that was really a black LGBT movement. A lot of those people were LGBT, a lot of gay and lesbian black folks. A lot of those people in the Harlem Renaissance were LGBT. Black people knew. Black people were cool with them. Even in the civil rights movement, many of those folks were LGBT. People knew. You accepted them. Bayard Rustin. People like to talk about Bayard Rustin and how influential he was, which the nigga was CIA. He was with the CIA, so he was a damn informant, and he undermined a lot of folks. But people accepted his little sneaky ass. The black community had no problem with Bayard Rustin. James Baldwin, LGBT. Everybody knew that. Everybody, the black community accepted James Baldwin, yeah, Langston Hughes, all of those folks. Moms, Babley, man, there was a lot of those folks who were LGBT, and everybody knew it. Nobody had a problem with them. It was the Black Panthers that was caping for the LGBT community. So who are you talking about? Who didn't accept the LGBT community? The Black Panthers were putting on the cape for the Who the fuck are y'all talking about not accepting the LGBT community? Every black organization pretty much has. The black churches, you go to black churches, there's LGBT black folks all up in the church. Who are you talking about? Where are you not being accepted in black society if you're a black person who's LGBT? Where are you not being accepted? That's a lie that's promoted by white society, and that's a projection. Where are you not being accepted? Look at majority black cities like Atlanta. How are you not accepted in Atlanta? Atlanta's gay black people all over the place. Yeah, Little Richard. Everybody knew Little Richard was flaming. We welcome Little Richard. Richard Pryor admitted to a lot of LGBT stuff. We accepted Richard Pryor. Nobody tripped on that. Everybody knew what Luther Vandross's Get Down was. We accepted Luther. We knew. Everybody knew. Where are LGBT people not accepted in black society? What are y'all talking about? Have you been to D.C., Washington, D.C.? This dude's flaming all around Washington, D.C. You got LGBT street gangs in Washington, D.C. Yeah? Yeah, Dolomite was LGBT. What is this lie? This is a lie that's been promoted for years, and people don't call this lie out. Hit the thumbs up button while you're coming on in here, guys. We're in here heavy. Down in Louisiana, you got dudes down there twerking more than women. You go down there to the Bourbon Street, dudes out there twerking harder than the damn women. Where are LGBT people not accepted in black society? You see? Because, see, let me tell you something. That's a projection. That's a projection. Because the only people who don't accept black LGBT people in large numbers into their spaces is the white LGBT community. The people who do not accept black LGBT people in their spaces are the white LGBT people. They're the ones who don't accept black LGBT people. It ain't black folks, because we don't have a system to discriminate against you with. We just don't have it. We don't have nothing to deprive you of. The white LGBT community, they don't let you up in their clubs in large numbers. You see, it's the white LGBT community that be denying your ass. It ain't black folks. You don't get to go up in them white LGBT clubs. They're just as discriminatory as straight clubs. They let a one or two token Negroes in. That's why there's a reason why you only see Billy Porter all over the place. They put Billy Porter. They're not going to let a whole bunch of y'all in there in the Hollywood game. See, they parade Billy Porter, Laverne Cox. There's about 3 of y'all that they parade around in Hollywood. They don't let a lot of you in there. They are the ones denying you. The white LGBT community. They are the ones who discriminate against you. They don't let you in their spaces. They don't let you get all of that money that they accumulate using you as a damn mascot. They use black LGBT and trans people as their mascots and generate billions of dollars and don't give you shit. Those are the ones discriminating against you. Yeah, New Orleans, we got Big Freedom. People accept all that. People accept that. Nobody has a problem with that. It's the white LGBT community that don't let you into their spaces. They give you the one nigga at a time rule. Go back here. Somebody brought up Studio 54. That was a white LGBT club. They let a handful of niggas up in there. You had to be a celebrity. They were discriminating against y'all up at Studio 54, which was a white LGBT club. You dig? Out here in Los Angeles, they had those lesbian and LGBT clubs because they couldn't get into those clubs in West Hollywood. The Catch and there was another club called Peanuts and all that. You would have to get your own little shit going on because the white ones wouldn't let you up into those Santa Monica clubs and all that. They wouldn't let you up in there. They wouldn't let you into their spaces, and they still don't. They still practice discrimination against black LGBT people. They got a one nigga at a time rule. The only thing they'll let some of y'all do, they'll let y'all come and dance around at the Pride Parade, but they use you to generate money for themselves and they keep you out of it. They don't let you in their spaces. They got the one nigga at a time rule. They are the ones who discriminate against you. It ain't us. It ain't the black community because we don't have shit to discriminate. We don't have any jobs or anything like that to deny you. We don't really have anything. As a collective, it is. So we have to start calling these lies out. We have to start calling these lies out because, again, they put this lie, they project this lie onto black society. This is the white people doing, because remember, all these niggas who stump with the Democrats tell the exact same lie. This is why you better get buck breaking. This is why they got such a problem with the buck breaking movie. This is why they have a major problem with it, because we done brought all the receipts. We're telling everything. We break it down, and we break it down very meticulously. You dig? We break this down very meticulously. So y'all better go to buckbreakingmovie.com. And don't forget, we're having a screening of Buck Breaking in Atlanta next Saturday. My brother Reza Islam is going to be there. Go to Buck Breaking Movie. And also, you can go to Buck Breaking Movie to get the movie. And we got the Buck Breaking package. All right. Buck Breaking film screening at the Legacy Center next Saturday, ladies and gentlemen. Networking starts at 7. Film starts at 7:30. Q&A from 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. A lot of good folks are going to be there. I might be in the building, guys, because I'm going to be in Atlanta in a couple of days handling some other stuff. But go to buckbreakingmovie.com, ladies and gentlemen, to get your tickets. And also at buckbreakingmovie.com, you can get that Buck Breaking box set, ladies and gentlemen, where you get all the films, 7 films for just $99. The Buck Breaking box set at buckbreakingmovie.com, family. Some people are saying this movie, Buck Breaking, is my best work. People are just very pleased with this movie. And I appreciate you appreciating the movie. I appreciate you guys. Anyway, y'all, let me get up out of here. Again, go to buckbreakingmovie.com to get the film and to get your tickets to see the screening. It's a great thing to see the screening among a bunch of people, to be in a group of people to watch the film. The energy is different, man. You have to experience that. All right, let me get up out of here. Again, go to buckbreakingmovie.com. Go to ogoonjuice.com to get your Ogoon Juice pepper spray. Ladies and gentlemen, follow me on Instagram at Tariq Elite. And I'm going to holler at you guys later on this week. Holla.